I've been doing a lot of research recently, and there's a lot of evidence to show that money issues, the lack of understanding around money, has been the major cause of some of the most significant problems in our world today. One of those being stress. Stress is one of the major causes of disease, physical disease. It's one of the major causes of divorce. It's one of the major causes of families being destroyed. It's one of the major causes of people not being able to have the mental and emotional and spiritual fortitudes to be able to do the things that they need to do and actually live the way that they should be living. Mental health is a huge part of that. And frankly, there's so much evidence that mental health and other issues have roots, or at least part of the problem is this lack of understanding around how money works and how to use money and how the discipline that we need to have in order to manage our money effectively. Yes, we need to make more money, but we also need to manage the money as we're getting it. In this video, we're going to be talking about some of the problems that are out there that you will probably already recognize and be able to relate to, and then I will share with you some of the solutions that I have and that I'd like to share with you in order to make sure that this isn't a problem going forward, so that you can fix the problems around money in your life. My name is Cluff, and I'm a financial coach, and I absolutely love helping people manage, protect, and grow their money. I want to be able to help solve a lot of the problems that are going on in the world today around the money issues. Money issues that frankly are vast, and money touches everything in our lives. And if we can get some control of money, if we can get our money disciplined, if we can learn how to manage our emotions and behaviors and habits around money, I feel like it will, if not eliminate, significantly reduce a lot of the problems that we have in our individual and personal lives, in our families, in our work, in all kinds of areas. So let's talk for a minute about the problem that is mental health. Right now, mental health is probably one of the biggest problems in the world. Depression, anxiety, is huge. I personally have experienced these things. My wife and I both have experienced things that are related to this. Some of it's caused and brought on by just life, and frankly, things that are happening in life. So many stressors, so many things, so many changes that happen in life that can cause so much stress. And one of those big issues is money, bills, things that come in unexpectedly that we've got to pay for, and we've got to take advantage and use that money wisely. So I've actually had this year, 2024, I had several stressors. I've had some things that have led me to learn how to increase some breathing techniques. And I have discipline around money. I do manage my money efficiently and effectively, and I still have some of these stressors. And so I understand if I didn't have the money, I would probably definitely have some real significant mental health issues, stressors, panic attacks, depressions, other things. And because I've learned some of the things that I'm about to share with you, I feel like I've been able to endure it well and come out of it successfully. So let me share with you a few things that are going on in the world today and why I think this is such an important issue. So money and mental health. I think the first thing that you ought to do is make sure that you subscribe to this channel, because financial literacy and confidence around knowing and having knowledge about money and what to do and how to do it is a critical part to becoming disciplined and becoming stronger, and to be able to fight away some of these problems and these stressors. So make sure that you like and subscribe so that you can increase your financial literacy. All right, let's take a look at the screen here. So it says here, the relationship between financial and mental health. This is real. So unfortunately, many Americans don't feel great about their finances. 42% say that money is negatively affecting their mental health. Are you one of those people? You don't have to admit it right now out loud or even in the comments, but just be thinking, if you are somebody that's experiencing some of this mental health issues like stress, worry, anxiety, feelings of insecurity, and any of those anxiety provoking or depression related thoughts, you're not alone. And that's the first thing I want you to know, is you're not alone. There are so many people out there experiencing it as well. And there are solutions. There are ways to find solutions to the problems that you're experiencing. No problem is too big that you can't find a solution, whether it's on your own or with the help of a coach like myself or someone else that can help you find the solutions to get through and find the path that will lead you to where you want to be and where you want to go. So credit card debt is a major cause of anxiety. There's the average right now, the average unpaid balance is almost $6,500 for most people. I think that's kind of low if you think about it. There's maybe certain states have higher averages, and that's the average. So credit card debt. Are you experiencing credit card debt? Do you have credit card debt right now and you'd like to know how to get out of it? Make sure you hit subscribe because I'm going to be going through several of the ways to get out of credit card debt, but I'm also going to be talking about some of the mindsets around why you got into debt in the first place so that we avoid getting back into debt once we get you out in the first place. So definitely want to help you get out of debt, reduce, eliminate, and manage your debt, get out of it completely, and then set a course to never go back, to never get back into debt. Student loan debts, 30 is huge. It's another big problem. This is something that I really wanted to highlight here. Debt and financial problems can lead to poor mental health, such as chronic and long-lasting stress. Stress is the number one cause of disease. Stress is a huge factor. Money especially is a huge factor in why people say they get divorces. A lot of problems when we have stress around money is, of course, sometimes it's common to choose the path of least resistance and turn to unhealthy coping mechanisms, such as alcohol, drugs, smoking, overeating. And overeating and stress eating is a huge reason why people have diabetes. So when people think that how does money relate to our physical health? Well, if you weren't stressed out about your money, you wouldn't be stressed out and you wouldn't have that cortisol hit and you wouldn't be turning to unhealthy coping mechanisms and overeating. Because this is how, right here, Americans turn to unhealthy foods and eating too much to handle their stress. Is that true for you? I mean, honestly, think about it. What are some of the things when you get stressed out? What are some of the things that you do? I was literally talking to a lady yesterday and she said, when I was going through my divorce, I literally went out and spent money. I just spent money because that's what made me feel better, made me feel good about myself. And she did mention that, some of that was on food and other things, but there was other stuff too. Like she just went and spent money and bought stuff. So what do you do when you get stressed out? Do you throw your discipline to the wind and throw it out the window and say, you know what, forget it all. I'm just going to go spend and spend and spend. And then before you know it, you're back in debt or you're in a bigger debt than you were before. And now you're even more stressed and the cycle continues. It's just like this round and round and round. So I'm just trying to share with you ways to stop the cycle so that you can have the success that you want. So here we go. The importance of self-care and financial well-being. It is possible to improve your mental health when it comes to money matters. Start with the big picture. So now I'm going to share with you what I call my 7 steps to helping you get to success. So here are the 7 steps that I use to help people make sure that they can be on track towards their MBA. Now, I jokingly call the MBA the massive bank account. Some of you might have a master's in business administration, but that's not the MBA that I'm talking about. I'm talking about a massive bank account. Would you like to have a massive bank account? If you've been listening this far, put in the comments below massive bank account or MBA. Make sure that you have that as one of your goals. I think that having a massive bank account answers almost every question in life. If you have a massive bank account, there's so much that you can do. There's so many good things that you can do in the world. Money doesn't make you, it reveals you. And if we have more good people, kind people, benevolent people with massive bank accounts, we're going to have a lot more kindness and goodness in the world. So that's what I believe. So the first thing is, of course, your money mindset, your habits and beliefs. What are your habits and beliefs around money? Do you believe that you can become wealthy? Do you believe that you can, what is your why? Why would you like to become, what would you do if I gave you $1 million, if you had no more concern about money? What would you do with your life? What more meaningful things would you do with your life? What pursuits would you take? What would you focus your time and energy on? That's kind of your why. That's why you need money for the mission. Whatever that is, whatever that reason is, that's why you need more money, because you need to be able to have money, to be able to have a voice, to be able to have the resources, to be able to accomplish the things that you want to accomplish. The next thing is budgeting, having a strong budget. You got to have budgeting and keeping track of your cash flow, what comes in and what goes out. I personally use this program called WizeFi. WizeFi is an excellent way to track your transactions. If you come here, you log in, start here, you have your dashboard, your plan, your accounts, your transactions. It links everything in one place so that you literally can come in and just categorize all your transactions. You categorize your income, you categorize all your expenses, all your spending, and then you see where you spent money. Like, oh my gosh, I can't believe. Several of my clients have told me, I can't believe I spent that much money on that stuff, on the things that I can't afford to do that anymore. I want to be able to have more money to be able to accomplish the mission, the why. And so that's why I recommend that you get an app like WizeFi whether you use a spreadsheet, whether you use pen and paper, whether you use an app, a FinTech app like WizeFi, use something to track your expenses and your income. Accountability is critical. Click the link in the description below for a free trial of WizeFi. You get it free for 30 days. Once you get the email saying, hey, welcome to WizeFi, it will ask you to sign up for their 30-day challenge. Every day they'll drip into your email box a tip, a trick, some new thing that you can do to increase your financial literacy and make your financial situation even better. If you'd like to have me walk you through that and coach you through that and help you through that, put a second set of eyes on things, I would love to do that. And so hit me up if you'd like to do that. I'll put a calendar link in the description below for you to be able to set a time for a free financial discovery call. So the next thing here is learning to save money. The bigger buffer you can put between you and emergencies, between you and all the crazy chaos of life, the better. We all know about Murphy and his laws, but big people with big savings accounts, 3 to 6 months or more of savings, Murphy tends to leave them alone. At least I've noticed that. And even when Murphy and his laws come after us, or when chaos, or when whatever you want to call it, when the enemy comes after you, you have the resources to manage it, to deal with it, and to handle it. And the stress is reduced dramatically. Debt is a huge problem. We've already talked about debt, so I'm not going to get into that. I have definitely got programs to help you with your debt. Having your proper insurance. One of the biggest problems in life is that their life is so important and they need to have life insurance, health insurance, car insurance, homeowners insurance. Insurance can help you reduce risk, and reduction of risk reduces stress. Retirement planning. Are you on track to build wealth? Do you know how to turn your income into wealth? If you do, great. If you don't, click the link in the description below. I have a fantastic survey that shows you how well you're doing on turning your income into wealth. It's called the Building Wealth Survey. Make sure you click the link in the description below and take that survey to see how you're doing. And last but not least, leaving a legacy. If you were to die today, what do you want people to say about you? What would you want to have said at your funeral? What kinds of things would you like to leave to your posterity? What kinds of things do you want to make sure that you leave to your kids and your grandkids? If you don't want to have kids or grandkids, what kind of charities do you want to leave to? What kind of things do you want to have the world remember you by? That is leaving a legacy and properly planning your estate. I hope this video was helpful. I hope you got a lot out of it. If you missed the last video that I produced, you can catch it. It's actually a video of me and a podcast interview talking about some of the first initial things that you can do to build set your foundation and build towards having your massive bank account and building wealth. Until the next video, have a fantastic day.